Classic Home Haunters panel, right? We're going to learn about history, we're going to learn about tips for things you can do, we're going to learn about imaginative things and about practical things, stuff that you probably don't think about while you're sitting there imagining. What am I going to do to haunt my house this year? You're probably not thinking about neighbors and fire marshals and all those other terrible practical things that intrude, but we will get into all that. We have 3 classic home haunts we're going to talk about today. They kind of run the gamut from the family-friendly to, in terms of Boney Island, to the stuff that's going to give you nightmares, which would be Backwood Maze. Somewhere in between is Rotten Apple 907. So there's a lot that goes on in LA during Hollywood. There's stuff for all different tastes. We're going to start off mild, then get medium, and get really spicy at the end, okay? To start off with, we're going to talk to Rick Polizzi from Boney Island. Don't be afraid. Right next to me. And how many people have been to Boney Island? Okay, it's great. Tell Rick how much you enjoyed his work. So Boney Island's been going on for what? 15 years now?
This will be like our 13th year, but 15 years total because we took off a few years.
Right, so tell for the people who have not been there, let's let them know this is a very family-friendly haunt, it's skeletons, it's a kind of carnivalesque thing. Why did you aim for that kind of a Halloween haunt?
Because I don't like to be scared that much, and neither do my daughters. So basically, I'm a chicken and I've raised 2 chickens, and I just decided there was no place that we could go where people weren't chasing us with chainsaws and stuff. So I just said, let me try to do something that my kids would like and that I would like, and it just kind of caught on. So we're more the spirit of Christmas at Halloween. We
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, but we like to just have fun rather than scare the heck out of it.
Oops. So basically you saw a niche there and you filled it. And how this got started, somebody gave you some old plastic skeletons and you put them to good use?
Well, I found some as soon as I got a house in the valley. I always said I wanted to decorate because we did that when we were kids back in New Orleans, where I'm from. And as soon as I got a house, I started looking around for decorations. I thought I would do Christmas, but then I saw these cheap skeletons at Kmart and Big Lots, and I just thought they were kind of goofy looking and that I could do something with those. And so I just bought a bunch and posed them in odd kind of single panel cartoons around the house, just to have fun. And it just started getting more elaborate each year, adding soundtracks and better lighting and, better backgrounds. I was on The Simpsons for 16 years, so I had access to some of the, best artists in the world, and some of them around here, and I just kind of took advantage of that. I didn't mean I took advantage of you guys, but they were gracious enough to help out. They kind of liked Halloween. They liked to freak people out, and we were doing it kind of on a funny level. So I'm so thankful to the people that have helped me out: Matt Nastug, Nancy Cruz, Raymond Percy, who's won an Emmy for The Simpsons as well. So I mean, I couldn't have done it without them.
For the first 10 years, we keep calling it a carnival, and that's how it was presented. You took off for a couple of years, and now we have this show, which is more of a Halloween magic show. Why the change? Were you just bored with the trick or trout and rotten candy gags?
No. I always liked the carnival theme, and I would have probably kept it going for a while, except we had some neighbors complain, and it got annoying as hell. So I just said, all right, I'm selling everything on eBay, and I sold everything on eBay. And there were a couple people that were helping me that weren't going to be able to, so I just said, that's it, we're done. And sold everything, and then 3 years later, some things happened where I thought we could bring it back, and the neighbors that complained moved after, 3 months. Unfortunately, there are some more neighbors that are just as annoying, but we decided to try to bring it back. We added a water show. My friend has been building this water show, so we created this story around it and used glow-in-the-dark water. It looks great. I just decided to change the theme to magic since I couldn't build everything all over again. I just started building rigs again and just changed the theme, and it's worked out okay. It's turned out nice. We've used some old magic posters from the 30s and 40s, and in Photoshop we've altered them to look like skeletons, and it really adds a lot. So that's why we changed, because everything was gone.
Right. So you mentioned eBay and selling that old stuff. The old whirling merry-go-round, which looked like a witch holding 4 cauldrons that were supposed to be part of a merry-go-round. I saw it on top of a building on
Ventura Boulevard. Somebody bought
advertising
it.
something.
Right.
I don't know what it was supposed to be advertising.
Yeah, that was nice to drive by it sometimes and see it up there.
So it still exists.
Yeah, and people have said, oh, we've driven by a house and we saw your original the entryway. So people, I have no idea where everything went, but
bits and pieces of Boney Islanders all around LA.
Yeah.
But the new version, how long does that take to set up?
We usually start in July, and it's I've started a little bit, but I haven't done that much, and so I'm panicking right now because I should be setting up right now. I'm doing
you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I know. Fortunately, also I'm doing some freelance stuff for Disney Imagineering, and that deadline's coming up, so I'm kind of panicking about that and Halloween. So I don't want to be here.
Anybody in the crowd want to volunteer to help Rick?
Yeah, if anybody has, come on by. But yeah, so I'm really running behind. So as soon as I finish this Disney thing in the next few weeks, then I'm going to really just kick butt and get it moving.
So other practical considerations that people who are imagining doing their own house might not consider. Where does all this stuff go when it's not Halloween?
Had to have 2 storage units. And I stored it at a couple of friends' houses in their attics. So, it's just all over the place, and it just takes time to bring it together as well,
How much electricity?
Our bill last time was $1,800, the electric, and that's the electric and water. So it adds up, because we have a ton of electricity going through for all the stage lights and this water show. It gets up there.
It costs a little.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. We're going to bring up now our next guest, who is Diane Meyer. She operates Rotten